Okay, so here we are, 12 o'clock. Ah. I shared the wrong link with Sarah yesterday. So this link is going to look like Tarot and Tidbits, which is okay. I don't care. I am doing minimalist sort of things right there. This is actually step into the magic. But if you do have a question or a comment, okay, all right, that's cool. But I want to use this particular format to practice what spirit is having me do now. All right. So what I would like to do with this particular time slot is, if you have something that is difficult for you right now energetically, right, you can write down a statement, okay, something that you would understand and feel, and it doesn't have to overexpose where you're at. If you are focused in a loop that feels detrimental, okay, and you don't know how to pull yourself out of it energetically, we could do that today. And that's what I want to practice doing with everybody. I want to continue doing that because it seems to be shifting things in a really good way. So if you have something that like is chaotic for you or going over and over and over, just like, say, oh yeah, I want to shift my energy. Okay. Then give me a meat item. Okay. What is it that you're focused on that is detrimental to you or you perceive as detrimental? Are you sad? So if you're in sadness, I'm grieving. If you're in grief, if it's the loss of a loved one, say it. And then I will help you expand your awareness to understand, right, that you're part of a greater whole. And that gives you this feeling of, I'll be all right. Okay. And I'm doing it using words and frequency. And I would really love to help you guys out with that. Anyway, so today, stepping into the magic, it's all about vibration. Everything is about vibration right now, more so than ever. Mostly because we're coming into an awareness about vibration. So this becomes our focus. We're focused more on feelings and emotions in this time of our evolution as humans. We're more focused on our feelings in this time, which is natural to us, very natural. It's allowing us to filter out the loops that maybe are not as pleasant as they could be, right? Okay. And so, okay. All right, cool. This is a good jump off point. So this tells me that you've been doing some work internally, that you've been seeing yourself as you are and coming into acceptance. That's really big. That's very big. That allows self-love. That's how we learn self-love. Self-acceptance bonds to self-love because we begin to love ourselves for who we were when we showed up in our experiences and everything about us. So you're feeling the shifts already. Okay. So shift my energy in myself. Okay. I am enough. I am capable. I am okay. Everything works out in my favor in all aspects of my life. When you use large words, okay, when you use large words and too many of them, it starts to feel constrained. You could tell, correct? And this is why that shift feels like it's limited, like it can only go so far. Okay. So I am open to allowing my energy to shift. I am open to allowing my energy to shift. I am open to allowing my energy to shift. I'm open to shift my energy. I'm open for the shift I'm calling in my energetic field. I am open. I am willing. I am open. I am willing. I am open, I am willing. We're using small words because they make a difference, right? I am open, I am willing. Now you're getting down into the heart more so than where you were, okay? So I am open, I am willing, I am enough. That's when you can accept that. I am open, I am willing, I am enough. I am capable, I'm intelligent. I have a lot of shit on my plate. Sometimes I feel overwhelmed. I'm okay with that because the center of my beingness is my heartfulness. Because my emotions matter. They are my guide. They are my guardian. They protect me from situations I'm unaware of while I keep my vibration where I would like it. I am open to my energetic shifts. I am open to my curious connections. I am honest enough to know that not everything belongs to me. I understand that I am here to discern my experience. That's big, huh? I am here to discern my experience, right? These phrases are going to be very impactful, which is nice. Okay. So now I feel that we're seated pretty great in your energetic field, okay? All right. And it takes only a few phrases to connect from your mind and to your heart. From your mind and to your heart. So when you say something and you feel it, that's when you can really shift your experience. All right. You know how easy it is to be really angry and shoot that bullet and somebody feels it? It's because we are passionate and connected to what it is that we're angry about in that moment. So we have no problem transferring that in a direct way, right? All right. So mostly what it is it's learning that you listen to yourself and you keep listening to yourself and how you're talking to yourself. What words are you using? Okay. Now we got into like the exchange of it. Let's go back in. Let's go back in as an audience. All right. To where we're at. Okay. Because this will shift the thread. All right. And it will allow physical, emotional, and mental shifts. So mind, body, spirit, right? Experiences. We have stories that tell us that we can't. I can't do that. I don't know how to do that. That never happens for me. I'm only this good. I can only have this. This always is like this. Those words are very bonding. Okay. Very bonding. Always, only, never. Okay. Always, only, never are very bonding. So when you use them in a way that bonds it to a positive aspect. Like everything is always working out for me. Whereas in this statement right here, okay, everything works out in my favor in all aspects of my life. Yes, easier. Everything is always working out for me because it opens it. And it's not saying it's not you, right? Holding it in a certain way and saying, well, I don't know if this can shift. I don't know if this can shift. Well, I want that to shift and that to shift and that to shift and that to shift. Just blanket it and go everything. Okay. Your intention is going to open it up for you. Okay. So everything is always working out for me. You play with that and you keep opening it more and more and more. Okay. Okay. So if anybody has a statement or a feeling or an experience that they're going through and you want help shifting it, we could shift it simply by speaking. So if you want to go ahead and write it down and list it in the comments. I'll post it and we'll work through how we feel with that subject. All right. How we feel with that subject. Okay. You're welcome. You're welcome. How we feel with that subject, because see, there's heaviness, right? When you start to feel heaviness, that means that you have some energy that you're working with that is slower moving and a different vibration than your personal alignment, the one that you like, where you like to be, how you like to feel. Okay. And you're producing two frequencies, focused frequencies. Those focused frequencies, okay, those focused frequencies can open. All right. You can say, oh yes, I know I have this focus and I know I have this focus, and then open it up, and you'll utilize the energetic field in a more productive way. Okay. All right. So let's try something together. Okay. Everybody just kind of hunker down, right? Do you know what hunker down means? So hunker down into your body, kind of come into your body. All right. And we're going to use some phrases to be able to do that. I love the sunshine. I love the sunshine and its warmth when it is on my shoulders and my back. And it's not too hot. And it feels very loving. It's almost like a warm embrace. I love when the breeze kisses my cheek and reminds me to breathe. I love the water. I love water as I am water. I am water. I am creation. I am flow. Water is creation and flow. So I am water, creation, flow. I am coming into my sacredness, which is my fire, my holy fire. My sacredness is expanding. My water is in motion. The air that I breathe allows me the physicality of who I am. My mental notions and illuminations and ideations are plentiful, abundant, prosperous, filled with ease and comfort, loving, enough. Now we went through the elements, okay? We went through the elements that we are. Our holy fire is our passion. It's our passionate nature. It's our actionable aspect. And when we bring fire in, right, it's how we feel about something. When we bring water in and we call it flow, it begins to move through our body in a beautiful way to where it's not stagnant, it's not waiting, it's humming. It's humming through our body, and we're becoming that vibration of water. We're adding the vibration of fire, and we're creating harmony between the two, right? And then earth, who we are, who we physically are, air, what we physically breathe, right? When we begin to focus on who we really are, what we really are, everybody will say, what we really are. It's who, for me, who we really are. We can move in that energetic, and we can nuance how we would like to experience it. We have to decide. We're great discerners, so we have to decide what feels good and what doesn't feel so good. So right now, there's a lot of emotions in the field that we're all experiencing. So we want to balance those. All right. We're feeling a lot of love, a lot of gratitude, a lot of ease, peacefulness, tranquility, appreciation, joy. There's a lot of love in the field. There's happiness. There's a lot of enoughness in it, right? And just keep checking out the field around you and tapping into those words that represent that unctuous, that juicy, delicious feeling. Perpetuate it. Look for words to describe it, that feeling. Does it feel like ease? And when you speak ease, it comes into your experience physically. Happiness, abundance, prosperity, solution, right? You can absolutely ask a question. All right. Yes. You can absolutely ask a question. I have tarot and tidbits up there, and so I'm answering questions and doing readings if you'd like. I will finish off the rest with that. So I can go fast or slow. I can give you just a card or answer a question. I will finish at 12:30. So we have 9 minutes. That's perfect because I'm a 9 path. Everybody's gently coming back into their physical experience. Okay, that's really beautiful. All right. So let's see. What do we have right here? So we have Nisha Bell. Hi, Nisha. I'm going to go ahead and pull a card for you because I didn't see another ad, but I appreciate you subscribing. Oh, great. Okay, so you just received a situational shift that allows you to come up with new ideation. Come from your heart. Come from your heart. If it feels good, that's when you move, okay? There's a lot that's brewing for you, all right? And it's going to come. It is on its way already. It is already created. Here's the deal, all right? Here's your card. It's an Ace of Wands. All right. We would hold it in the upright position because it is. Okay. So you would read it like this. Okay. This is where you're asking from, this visual. All right. This is where you're asking from. You see how the hand is in this position, the staff is upright. Okay. You're asking from here because this is where you're at. You're at here. Okay. It's already created. What you have asked for to come in is already created. You can understand, if you could understand that, okay, if you can accept that, if you can accept that it's already created, then all you have to do is face the direction it is. That's it. That's it. That's your gold right there. Okay. The idea is that if you're asking for something, right? If you're asking for something, it's already produced. It takes inspired action to follow the path of what you asked for. And it comes towards you faster when you relinquish your hold on the focus you're currently in. Not because it's bad or anything. You don't have to decide anything like that. Don't put a lot of other bullshit in there that you're going to have to clean up later. Don't do that. Just say, thank you for this experience. I think I'm done with this experience. And then bring your energy back to you like that. Okay. Clarity. That's clarity. Clarity and gratitude. That's good. Clarity and gratitude. That's who you are. You're all of those beautiful vibes. All right. And then you kind of sit in contemplation. Go, well, where could it be? Could it be over here? If I was to open up this path and start down this path, does that feel aligned to what I asked for? Or does it still feel? Does it still feel like I'm over here, face this way? Okay. It is necessary to physically bless where you are, let go of it, so that you can decide to focus in a different direction to have that experience. That's why. Okay? Okay, this is a story. We're going to do story work right now. Everybody who has this story, I want you to tune in, really tune in, because I'm thinking everybody has this story. And it's not just two things, it's two focuses that we're choosing to put into this energy. All right? Okay. Okay, here's another one. May I know in which direction my and stagnant connection is? Okay, we're not in contact. Okay. All right. And then another person would like a reading. So we're going to come back here to this. Here we are. Okay. Okay, Nisha, I let it settle and then I came back to you. Okay. So now it feels like it's on your spine. Is that correct? I need to be in direct contact with you to finish this, so that way you'll feel the relief that you're asking for. You're holding on to a story. This story is perpetuating your experience. How I mean that is that I'm very stressed. Now I'm pulling that energy in and I'm going to feel that. That's going to activate my hormone system, and I'm going to drop cortisol as a physical into my body so that I can perpetuate that story. I'm very stressed. Now it's going to continue because I've told my body I'm very stressed. And I've invented two reasons to be stressed. This one and this one. And I can hold these in my vibration and make it distorted because I'm saying I can't make this work. I can't make this work. So I'm continuing to layer what I'm doing, okay? Layer what I'm doing. I need to stop. Ooh. I need to stop. Just stop. Girl, just stop. Okay? I know that there's like, you need to just cry it out. Cry it out. Sit in the charge. Sit in that charge. Keep sitting in that charge. Yes, I know. I understand. Yes, that's another story. But sit in the charge of all that you're saying is hard. Just sit in it. Sit in it and feel through it. You feel through it, all right? The reason, okay? The reason you feel through it is so you get to know who you are in it. How you showed up. How you showed up in the experience of it so far. And you don't judge yourself because this is how old you were yesterday. All right? You can post your question. Go ahead and keep sitting in that. All right? And you'll notice that you're getting warm. All right? Your body is warm. And the reason it's warm is because you've asked for so much help. All right? You've asked for an eternal amount of help. That warmth is spirit coming to help you. That's what that feeling is. All right? So what you want to do is you want to recognize that the universe is answering for you that which you asked for. You want to recognize that. Recognize that. And then you want to thank all of the spirit that came to help you, ancestors, guardians, everyone, all right? Then you want to open a gate. You want to open a gate, a portal, right, for them to cross. And you want to say, thank you for your service. All spirit energy, go to the light, go to the light, go to the light. And you release it. You release it because it's come for you. It's helped you. All right? And we're releasing spirit that's in need first. This is the wobbly spirit that's around you that creates that warmth, okay? We're not kicking out all spirit. because spirit is very helpful to us. But I want to show you what you do when you call in help, okay? All right, so there we go. So we'll release that. That feels better. Now your body doesn't feel so full, right? Cool. All right, now what you do is you say, okay, spirit, listen up. Listen up. I have called you here today for a meeting. This meeting is to rectify a situation that I find myself in of my own making. I am not happy in this situation because I'm choosing that. I'm okay with choosing not being happy, but I want to be happy. So please go find me little tidbits here and there to drop along my path to discreate the focus I'm in and bring me into the focus I would like. Thank you. Take a breath. Let go. You're going to feel it all move around. Okay? Because you've given instruction. You need to give instruction to those who show up, seen or unseen. It's like having somebody come into work and you not giving them instruction, and they stand over by the cooler all day going, wow, this is a bomb job. Okay? So that shift right there takes you out of where you were. You can pick it back up because it's a familiar pattern. What you could do also is you could write what you would like to have happen. You could script what you would like to have happen. You would do like maybe 7 sentences of what you would like to experience. You're seeing what you're experiencing and you don't like it. So what's the opposite of what you're experiencing? Write that down. Say it to yourself throughout the day. Just pick it up and read it and say things like, I am open to receiving what I've asked for. See, you're not there. We're going to shift your energy right now. Okay? You're blank. You're blank. But you're still in contemplation because you don't know how to move. You don't know how to move yet, which is good. All right? It's okay. The idea is to sit where you're at. Okay? Imagine golden white light showering over you, filled with unconditional love and grace. This too is a story, and no, you are not. And there you are. Okay. Oh, that came out of your back. That's good. Okay. So no, you're not. You're not blocked. Nobody's ever really blocked. All right. We have things in front of us that we've put there as reason. We're in a situation, we begin to tell a story, and then we live that story. Situation, ideation, looking around. Then we start to tell a story to ourselves and live that story. If you say you're blocked, you're blocking yourself. If you say it's hard, it will be. If you say, I'm going to be sad over this situation, that is your destiny. That is what you are creating. It isn't good. It isn't bad. You're determining that. Those are the practices that you have currently that you can actually do contrary action to. So rather than saying it's hard, you can say, I feel ease when I do things. I am open to change. I am open. Let's start here, okay? Because I got you now, okay? All right. You really like that word, don't you? That word isn't serving you. It's not serving you. So come up with another word. Come up with a different word. Stagnant would be better. You know why stagnant would be better? Because it shows flow. Okay? And if you think you're blocked, what is your block? What is your block? Okay? What is your block? All right? What is your block? See, what is your block? There you go. Find your block. Speak to your block. It's you yesterday. It isn't you right now. Right now, you're You're ready to go and win over whatever you'd like. You're picking up what your old story was and you're starting to live that. That's yesterday. What story do you want to live today? That's how you script. That's how you script. If you have something like if it's grief, grief is difficult. All right, we'll all agree with that. It's also manageable. All right, and we manage it because we feel it. That's it. And everybody is different. If it is loss, all right, that loss, all right. Oh, here I have somebody who is, let me see, what is this? Okay. Okay, so let's go over here. Okay. All right. I just want to make sure my thread was good. Thank you very much. Appreciate you. Hello. Okay. What you're doing is you're creating something because it's familiar to you. It's familiar to you to talk that way. When you talk that way, it's going to limit you. You're going to feel that limitation. You're going to focus on that limitation and create more of it. That's what will happen. Okay. That's what will happen. Okay. The idea is to give yourself openness, spaciousness, evolution, expansion, ease, comfort, peace. Okay. Cool. So what words could you use? What words could you choose that give you an open feeling rather than blockage, stagnant? I'm a little stagnant. My energy is curious in this part of my life. And I have a lot of curiosity in there because I'm trying to figure it out. I want to know how it's going to turn out. I see that it's like this, but I keep trying to change the pattern while I'm in the same pattern. You don't have to, but you feel it lodge in your body. You feel that story literally lodge in your body. It's up under your rib cage on the left-hand side, solar plexus. It lodges because you put it there. You have to store the story somewhere in your body, and it's going to be uncomfortable because it's not a comfortable story. It will create dis-ease. You will, oh, I wonder what that is, and you'll put something in there. Oh, I must be sick. And you're not. You're not. You merely have a focus, and your focus isn't in recognition yet. So what's your focus? That's what you want to do. And you pull it apart. And you bring it ease. You bring it ease, and you bring it love, and you bring it light, you bring it all that bullshit that you hear online. All right. But you bring it honesty. Bring it honesty. You bring it open-mindedness. You bring it willingness, and that's change. You get honest with yourself. Why am I sad? Why am I upset? And you sit in that. You know, you made reasons. So sit in that shit. Sit in that shit and go, oh, okay, yeah. That's why I'm sad. You're in recognition. Look to see like where it's triggered you before. Like what does this represent? Is this something that you've been through before? Is this something from your childhood? Is this something from like 3 months ago? Decipher that. Go through that. Sit through that. Sit as long as you can in the charge so the charge dissipates and diffuses your internal guide. All right? Your cells guide you. They guide you with the story that you put into your body. It's all hormonal. Okay, great. Here we go. You're ready to shift. All right. In the morning, I would wake up and I would say something like this. Where are you? I would say, today's another day. I'm not sure how I feel about this day as yet. I'm not going to make a determination. I'm not going to judge it as good or bad. I'm not going to pick up where I left off yesterday as yet. I might add that in later on through the day. I might sprinkle it in between the other experiences that I have. But for right now, I'm going to feel peace. For right now, I'm going to feel ease. I want to feel more ease. I want to feel more ease. I want to feel more openness. I want to feel light. I want to feel joy. I want to remember appreciation. I want to be grateful for who I am. I want to be grateful for my life. I want to enjoy what comes to pass. I want to enjoy my desires as they show up. I want to understand that the dream that was living in me is now the dream I am living in. I want to have gratitude for what I've created. I want to bless what I've created every day. I want to be what I've created every day. I am happy to be here. I am kind. I am loving. I am gentle. I am worthy. It is easy for me to receive these values from others because it's easy for me to give it to myself and others. I am in alignment. I am enough. I have value. Everything I touch is magical. Every experience I have, every connection I make, I am in alignment and I am enough. Like that. All right? Just like that. Okay? And that's what you do. You give yourself, it's not, of course, I'm like you said, it is you coming into an understanding of it's okay to be you. And that's what we're learning. We're all learning that. We don't give ourselves enough permission to be okay with our choices. We measure it against somebody else's experience, and that's a different fucking experience. It's a different outcome. We have duality in everything that we experience. We have a choice to focus in either direction of that experience in that duality. That duality represents what we consider negative and what we consider positive, because we're the ones who separate our experience into those categories. When you can pull it all together a little bit more and say, this is such a blessing, I'm living part of my dream, it makes it easier to move with the energy that you've created. And you can nuance it that way easier. Nuance means slightly shift, make it come in to be like this. Maybe I want it a little bit flowier that way. Maybe I would like a little bit more of this. And it's you telling the story of what you're experiencing that gives you more of that. That's why these resets are so impactful and important, because you're finding out that you are the creator of what you're experiencing. And you co-create with those around you and with the energies of the universe. You have feelings, those produce frequencies. Those frequencies get shot out into the universe and then get brought back in experience, different experiences, okay? And then when you recognize that that's how it's showing up, what it lets you do is experience it in that energy. Now you're expanding. You're expanding. Let's say you're focused on gratitude, and now you'll have a lot of gratitude experiences. Let's say you're focused on happy. You've chosen to be happy today. You're going to have a lot more happy vibrations that come your way. Let's say you choose forgiveness. You're going to have a lot of things to be forgiving and forgiven for, right? Let's say you choose compassion, same thing. Patience, same thing. Okay? Choose wisely that which you wish to do, to really experience. You create. You create. We all create in a unique way. We do it in a variety of methods. It is frequency that produces light. Okay? You're good. All right. You're good now. You're very good, Nisha. Okay, let me go up and let me see who else would like a card. I guess I'm going to go long today. Hi, Catherine. Okay, would like a reading? All right, here we go. Okay, so I'll go ahead and I'll pull a card. And I know I have tarot and tidbits up there, but this is actually Step Into the Magic. So Step Into the Magic is the same thing, but it's more of this. It's more shifting and teaching how you can do this for yourself. The idea is to drop into how you really feel, recognize it, honor it, really honor it. Honor, hey man, I'm feeling shitty right now. I'm feeling like, oh, this ain't going to work. Okay, really get into that. Get into that. Oh man, this is long. This is hard. Okay, you there, Catherine? Yeah, I feel you. Okay, now as we step into your vibrational offering, okay, this is part of your vibration. Maybe it's the part of your vibration that you would like to not experience as much. Okay, maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's what it is. Okay. Ooh, okay, great. Okay, so now it opens it up because you asked a question. When we ask a question into our circumstance that leads to another perception, it opens up our energetic field to connect with everything else. When we connect purposely with everything else, right, it allows us to shift what is holding us in that space, that focus, right? And it's merely recognizing I'm in this focus. This is my focus right now. So as we go into your focus, it's mostly centered in your solar plexus, the very center of your solar plexus. So it's caught. It's caught. It feels like it's caught right there. You could call it a sense of powerlessness, okay? So let's think about powerlessness, okay? Let's pull that bitch apart, all right? Powerlessness is something that we feel in many different ways, all right? And I want to kind of give you an idea of how you can like manage powerlessness, okay? You got to recognize how you're powerless, okay? You're powerless over people, places, and things. You're powerless, okay? Powerless over people, places, and things. And you have to recognize that. You can't make somebody do something that you want, just like they can't make you do something they want. All right? First things first, you must understand you're coming from two different spaces. They, in their own rabbit hole experience, you in your own rabbit hole experience. You may come out to compare if this is something you want to get into and then jump into it. Sometimes we don't segue from one experience to the next in our own capacity. We do it in the capacity by which we're invited. Could you take out the trash, please? You're in the middle of some other shit. Somebody says, "Oh, whatever you're doing isn't important. Just go grab that trash and take it out for me." Now you're going to be at war with yourself all over the place. And I use something simple. That's really fucking simple. You see what I mean? We are in our own vortex of creation 100% of the time. We come out to play with others when we feel we must, all right? Or when we choose when we want to. And that's how it's going to be. All right. So, what are you choosing? What are you choosing? Right? So, that powerlessness, see how we opened it up? Okay. People, places, things. Can't do anything about them. Powerless in your own circumstance, right? When you go through and you kind of do a tick box check about what you're powerless with, none of it is you that you're powerless about. None. Powerlessness is an external feeling, not an internal feeling. It's an external assignment that brings about an internal feeling. That's what it does. The idea is to not, we call it like a lot of fucking things. We call it like, oh, I'm giving you my power. I'm giving away my authority. I'm doing this. Okay, yes, you can call it all of that. What you're doing is you're trying to solve what you see is wrong in somebody else's experience. That's what you're trying to do. And it makes you powerless because they're having their own fucking experience and you can't change it. Not at all. Somebody might come and insert their experience into your experience. Hey, I need XYZ. And you're going to decide whether or not you can provide that or want to. If you can understand that you can and cannot, that you can, yes, I will do that, or no, I will not do that, then you're caught in that place where your powerlessness is kind of intermingled with everybody else's powerlessness. And that isn't a truth. The truth is that you're a powerful being in your own experience because you're guiding it. You're co-creating it with energy that like creates everything. Relax into it. Okay. I feel like you're doing some healing as well, physical healing, that mend. There's a little bit left there. There was a little pin on it, so I pulled it out. I would also say that you're coming into this aspect. Like they're showing me your painting. They're showing me your painting, and they're showing me that you're writing words into it. You're infusing different energies into the painting, and that's what you need to do with your life. You're the painting. So when you put love into a painting, put love into Catherine. When you put happiness into a painting, put happiness into Catherine. All right. Spend more time doing that. And that way you will have that experience. The story, you shifted. That's why we're doing it easy. So now we're going to pull a card. I don't like to pull cards when people are in that really stuck place, right? Where they're in that focus of like, I'm not really sure what I need to know or hear. Okay. All right. So we're going to do a transmutation exercise right now. Okay. And what I'd like for you to do, I'm already helping you. So we're pulling our energy to ourselves. And you just keep sitting in yourself. That's how it might feel. It might feel like you're sitting down into yourself, down into yourself, down into yourself. Okay. All right, great. Take a nice deep breath in. Feel your whole body. Let it go around. Blow it all out. Transmute that into little white butterflies of unconditional love, source energy. We'll go through the chakras: bright purple, deep indigo, blue, pink, green, yellow, gold, orange, red, brown, black, white, clear. Okay, now balance. Okay. First, you have to accept that you're healing and you're not getting around the way that you once did. That's what I'm being told. The next thing is that when you decide that this is what it is, you get to decide how you'd like it to be. You must be decisive. They're telling me heavy scripting for you would be your best bet. That would be writing down a page of how you would like for your life to be and reading it with feeling and then burning it. Doing exercises like that and then seeing how close you come to the day. You could go ahead and write it in the morning. What I'm having people do right now that works really well is to write great things on a piece of paper, read it to yourself 3 times, put it under your pillow, sleep with it, wake up, read it 3 times, and then let go of it and see how your day is, because you're resetting your vibration. That's what you're doing. Your vibrational focus, it becomes what's on the paper. So I like numbers. Numbers are powerful. So I'd use numerology when I do it. So 9 things brings you into 27, which is still a 9. It's always going to be a 9, but it brings you that sense of completion. So it relaxes your nervous system, your sensory awareness. And now you just look for the things that are going to bring about what you ask for. And it's easier. Keeps you focused in that direction. We have a lot of distraction and we feel a lot of things right now. And we do need to be impactful with our choices. We can be better impactful when we're impactful to ourselves and we clear ourselves and we get right. When we get in our alignment, life works and it gets better. We're kinder to other people. We perpetuate that cycle of goodness. And that is what can come about because it's a vibe. That's what we're practicing. That's what we're learning is how to vibe at a different pace. Okay. All right. Okay, good. Everybody's good and shifted. Okay, Catherine, let's do a moving forward card. Okay. Future moving forward. That's where you were. Okay. So I don't know if you were exactly asking about money, but it is situational. All right. And you did feel like you were outside of countenance, like you were being forgotten, but you're not. All right. You've separated yourself a little bit, but that's part of the spiritual lesson that you're in right now, which is temperance. And that's learning. It's learning and relearning faith over and over again. That's what temperance is. Temperance is like you're already cooking with something. You're cooking with something. All right. And as you're cooking with something, you're deciding, do I add something? Do I not add something? Do I add something? Do I not add something? And you should let it finish cooking, and that would probably be easier, okay? And then make another dish, all right? Make another dish. So when you're tempering chocolate, you're making sure that it doesn't break, like hollandaise sauce, okay? I love to cook, so I'll use these terms, all right? You don't want it to break. So if you have an egg sauce and you have to heat it, it might break because it'll scramble. And you don't want it to do that. You want it to be rich and silky and smooth. You're tempering it, okay? When you're tempering something, you're bringing it into physical experience, okay? So allow yourself to understand that you don't know if you want to add any salt yet. You kind of want to see where you're at with it, okay? You're tempering it, and that's where you're at. That's your spiritual experience right now. And if you could give in and let that be what it is, then play with what it is that you have. This is like one of my favorite cards because it always shows like this little sun back here and this little mountain, and you don't know that when you get up there's a little bit more water, and it takes you into the moon card. So it's very representational of inner work, extreme inner work. So this is going to be your emotional body and learning to pull yourself above it, asking for outside help above with the creator in the different ways that you would like. And it is in the springtime, a very springtime representation. You are going into a purification of who you are. And I think that you're doing lovely. All right. Me too. Happy blessings. Okay. I love you too, babe. Okay. Thank you. I have messages from the side and messages from above. I love you too, babe. Thanks. Okay. So it's good to know, right? It's good to know. What would you like for a tool? Like what tool would you like? What tool are you not employing that you already have, right? Yep, same card. Right, because see, I even pulled another card and it's the same card. So you're determined to be in that energy. So I don't know anything other than to say that you're determined to be in that energy. So that's your focus. And just like we spoke earlier with someone, you are in this focus, and until you turn this way, you can't see it. You can't see the change that's waiting for you. So the story that you're telling yourself, whatever words you're using, they're not beneficial. They're keeping you separated. What words could you use that would bring you into harmony? You've placed yourself into distortion. How can you bring yourself back into satisfaction? You need to start somewhere, if that's what the change is that you're requiring or liking or requesting. If you're good where you're at, then you're going to sit there and attract more. That's what will come. The idea is if you want change, you have to use contrary action. So what you're doing right now is not benefiting you. So do something else. What would that something else be? All right. A choice. You have to make a choice. The choice has to come within, because like I'm listening to your higher self and you're not sure how to make that choice because there are overwhelming circumstances that surround you. I understand. First, you need to find out how you're good. Like, how good are you? Right? Are you good in your mental state? Are you good in your emotional state? Are you good in your physical state? If yes is the answer, then ask what it is that you desire and really bring that in to what it is that you want. Like, really nail it by saying what it is. If something is off in one of those three categories in your mind, body, spirit, address it. Don't look for an answer outside, because it's inside. All right? The answer is inside. So you have to look at all the stuff that maybe you don't want to. Okay? It doesn't make it right or wrong, and you shouldn't be upset about it because it's stuff you've already lived. And you shouldn't, I don't know, I don't like that word, that's why I stuttered. Mostly what it is that it's stuff that you can celebrate about yourself in a story. How could you celebrate yourself through all of your hardship? How could you do that? What kind of story could you say, right? Could you talk about your resilience? Could you talk about how you keep showing up? Could you talk about how you are welcome to change? Could you talk about how you're awesome? That's what I mean. Okay? Because the story you're telling isn't that. And if you have to look up antonyms for words that you're using, that would be a good idea. So if you're using words like I'm stupid, I'm not enough, right? Then look up an antonym for stupid. And I think it might be intellectual, might be smart, might be awesome. And use that word instead. I'm intellectual, I'm smart, I'm awesome. Sounds different because it feels different. Use words. Use words. You're using them already. Use them differently. Use them to benefit you. Use words that make you feel like you're fucking on fire. Like nothing can stop you, because your vibe will bring to you that which you desire. Okay? The experience of the feeling of the frequency that you put out there. So if you're feeling low, you're going to receive more low. If you're feeling high, then you're going to receive more high. If you're in a loop that's low and you don't want to be there, tell a different story. Use different words in the same story. Keep inserting different words. Use a different perception. Add another perception. When you add another perception, see how you're opening? When you add another perception, you can add it like this. You can say, what else could this be? How else could I say this to myself? What else could I describe this as? Okay? And if you start listing the benefits of what you have around you and what you have inside of you, they start to become synonymous with a vibration and frequency that you would like to experience. That allows what you've asked for, specific, to begin to make its way toward you. All right? Because you're holding the vibration of it. You'll experience other things that are representational of it. Like, ooh, I found a penny on the ground, and you asked for $1 million. Ooh, this is a drop in the bucket to what I asked for, but thank you, Spirit. You are changing your vibration in that moment to be in receipt. I am receiving this. Okay? Do that. You have these tools. You know how to use these tools, and you're choosing not to use these tools. You must ask yourself why. You must. You've been doing this for a long time. This isn't your first rodeo. You do a lot of study. You have a lot of teachers that you reach out to and you ask for help. Now it's time for you to apply what you've been taught, because it's time for you to teach others. And that is the rub. Okay? That is why you feel this, because it's time for you to teach. So make your decision, right? Being in appreciation, correct. Correct. Absolutely. And you know what? It's easy to recognize the other stuff too, because it's in our vibe. Everything is in our vibe. We are consciousness. We are fucking consciousness. Consciousness. And wherever we choose to focus, I'm gonna focus on this beautiful lid. I love this lid. This is so nice. Oh, what a beautiful lid. It didn't have anything to do with you guys, but you felt my vibe. See what I mean? That's how important we are to one another. That is how important we are to one another. Respect who you are. Treat it sacred, because it is. Okay, let's go back up for another question. Let's see. It's 1:05. Let me see if there's somebody here. I'm expecting somebody, so I have to look. Appreciate you guys. Not as yet. Okay. We'll go back up here and see what else we have. Okay. I tell you what I'll do. I'll go fast. I'll do fast reading because we did a lot of shifting in the thread, and I'll just pull cards and shift. I want to give you guys a little construct. You shift the minute you say, I want something. That's a shift. If you recognize that you've already shifted, you can easily turn to what you're asking for. If you don't recognize it, that's that split nanosecond of recognition, right? And you'll stay in that loop. Look for those gaps. Look for those gaps, play with those gaps, elongate those gaps, create those gaps so that you have freestyle and freedom in your life. And then you're like, oh yeah, that was fun. Let me go over here. Let me go over here. Okay? All right. So here we are. We're up here. If you guys don't mind, is that all right? So we'll start right here. This is the next one. All right. Okay, cool. May I know in which direction? Okay. I have a question for you. Do you wish to be in contact? Oh, you guys are talking together. That's fine. Let me come down here. Okay. All right, then we'll go back to your here. Okay, I'll pull a card. So first, when somebody isn't in contact with somebody and they're asking me, how's it going? I have a tendency to wonder what that looks like personally, physically, you know, in my own capacity. And while I'm shuffling the cards, I'm asking for guidance for you. So that way it gets a little bit easier. So you'll feel me in your energetic field because I shift everyone that I read for. It's, you know, you're asking for something. And when you're asking for something, you're shifting your consciousness and how it works for you. Okay. All right. So not in contact. And you want to know which way you're headed. Ooh, you really like this guy. Or you really like this person. Oh, okay. Okay. All right. Okay, so we have a couple of cards that I pulled. I pulled two of them for you. The first one was the King of Cups. All right. And so maybe he's not as invested as you would like for him to be. All right. But he has a lot of wisdom because maybe you're not ready to be invested in yourself. Part of that is bringing on or taking on or utilizing some of this archetypal energy of self-love. Self-love is deeply represented in the King of Hearts or King of Cups because he has mastered that aspect. So he's able and easily able to give that love that he's asking for. All right. So part of this is you receiving those archetypal energies and beginning to practice them. Okay. So while you're in the archetypal energies, you're also in the middle of a spiritual lesson, the very beginning of this journey with this individual. Be very cautious because you'll collapse yourself into this journey unless you put yourself as important. And you need to. You need to know that you're the most important person in your experience, just like that person is the most important person in their experience. Learning what's important to you and learning what you love about you is going to give you the answers that you'd like. You will become the attraction rather than the promotion in the experience. If you're not in contact, what I would suggest, all right, is to soften your heart around it in a way that would make it approachable. So maybe light a white candle and do some meditation about what it would feel like to be around this individual or someone who is, and be open to maybe another individual coming in, because love is coming your way. Love is coming your way no matter what. The idea is to decide that you're enough, and that's where you're at with that. That's this journey that you're on right now. Many blessings. Okay. Let's see. I have to go up quite high. Okay, here, Miss Angelica, let's do a card pull for you. Okay. Yep, Wheel of Fortune for you, girl. You're in a spiritual lesson. I think everybody's in a spiritual lesson here today. So the Wheel of Fortune means you're about halfway through the deck. It also lets you know that you don't have all of the information yet, and you need to sit back and let it unfold. This is a state of allowance that you're being drawn into. Allow yourself to know that you are important in the equation, and you have to decide what you actually want. And that will put you in the direction of what you're asking for. It will put you in the direction of the focus that you've asked for if you'll merely face it. Blessings. Let's see. Chanley. Okay. Thank you. Like 4. Can I ask a question? Yes, you can. Here we are. Is my guides trying to tell me something in my dreams last night? Yes. I was playing out in the ocean full of strangers that I do not know. Yes, consciousness is drawing us closer together, and elements. Okay. This is the awesome part about our life right now. Let's look at it from a planetary strategy. Okay, so this planetary strategy is the energies that surround us in that magnetic pull. So when a constellation is a backdrop of a planet that moves across the sky, and we measure it in degrees and we create archetypal behaviors from it, that's how we're feeling right now. So that's what we're going to do. Okay. All right. First, consciousness is coming open like never before. You will never see it again the way that it is now. All right. This is a new beginning, a new way, a new pattern, a new life. The old way is going, it's dying. We are clinging to it like this for dear life, but there is no dear life in it. So let it go. Just let it the fuck go. All right. Okay. The beauty is that your dreams are a dreamscape, mindscape that we all share. So in your subconscious, you're going to begin to meet more individuals that are in your vibrational offering. It will become more tangible. Your subconscious will become more tangible, and it will produce itself in your physical, in your conscious experience. So here's what I would like for you to do, especially because if you're having this style of dreams and you're lucid dreaming, direct them and say, I would like to meet more like-minded people. I want to know how many people are working on this situation in the globe, right? I would like to know how many people are focused on peace. I would like to know how many people are focused on love. Bring me into the vibration of everyone who is loving the planet. Okay? And that's going to open up, it's going to open up your dreamscape, but it's also going to open up your path. Okay, your path is going to evolve and it'll become magical because you're asking for these things. It's easier to do it when we're in that twilight state, when we are in that, oh, I'm not so committed to anything that's going on outside of me. I could let anything happen state. Okay, so very, very important. But yes, great dreamscaping, great dreamscaping. Aquarius and Pluto are definitely in your dreamscape. There's a lot of water, so you feel like you're underwater sometimes. That's that water, the ocean. The ocean is the connectivity, and it's also the representation of you and everything else, because we're 80% water, the body of water that connects everything around the earth. We're that water, so we're representational to all that is. All right, let's pull a little card for you. Okay. You guys are so kind to each other. I love that. I love that. It makes my heart all nice and like lovey and squishy. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and just pull a card for you. All right. Okay, so I hope that you got your answer, okay, as far as like strangers, because they're not strange. It didn't feel like there was fear in it. It felt like there was expansion. It felt like there were different ways to connect, different energies. So you're evolving for sure. I think that it is a sustainable practice. I think that you could tell your body that you want to wake up rested, rejuvenated, and revitalized after you do your dreamscaping. I would script it. I would script what I would like, and then I would do that pillow thing, and I think that you'll have a marvelous time. Okay. Yes, they're telling me that that's where you're going to do all of your manifesting. Look at the foundation that you're building in your mental game. It's situational. So this one, rather than the five of pentacles, which shows the people on the outside of this stained glass, right? You're on the inside. So you're in this spiritual understanding. Okay. Spiritual understanding. I usually read these three swords up here as mind, body, spirit, metal, spirit, air. Okay. This individual is in meditation or deep understanding, and these are their subconscious thoughts. All right. And you can see clearly it's situational that you have. This is supposed to represent like God, all right, in a religious aspect in your life, okay? You have a deep spiritual belief system. That deep spiritual belief system will guide you to a foundation that you're building right now, and it is enough. So many blessings, confirmation directly from Spirit for that one. I love stuff like that, okay? And then let's see. that might be my alarm, but it's not. It's like probably my person. So let's see. Hi, hold on. Okay, well, thank you for joining. I'm happy that all of you came. This is really good. This is actually called Step Into the Magic. So next Wednesday, join me. We'll do a lot of the same stuff. I love you guys. You guys you're super welcome. You're super welcome. Everybody is like, I love you guys. I love you guys, and I hope that you have a great day. And I'll probably skip over some of the people that we did this week so that I could get to the other people. And then, just keep tuning in and you will have a turn. Thank you so much. Have a great day.